was a rationed thing, a faucet turned off and on, not by need, but by mood. Affection was currency, earned, lost, rewarded only after obedience. The warmth never stayed long enough to soften the fear. They became fluent in pretending it was enough. They began to wonder if remembering wrong was the same as lying. Words changed shapes, meanings twisted, apologies vanished the moment they were spoken.
You're imagining things. I never said that. You always do this.
And they started to wonder, do I? They watched their reflection fade beneath the weight of contradictions until even the truth became a question. It wasn't the words themselves, but the way they stacked like bricks in a wall between breath and self-worth. You always mess things up. You're lucky anyone puts up with you. God, you're exhausting. Laughter followed the cuts, not theirs. Theirs was buried under a practiced smile and the echo of things they never should have believed. Little by little, the world outside became a rumor. The phone stopped buzzing, they stopped preaching. There was always a reason, a subtle suggestion, a guilt-wrapped glare. Why do you need anyone else? So they stayed home, stopped asking, stopped showing up, until the mirror held only the eyes of a stranger. Too tired to explain, they became fluent in the language of contradiction. Rage at breakfast, silence at lunch, a gentle touch by dinner, a gift the next day, a calm apology, followed by the same storm with a new name. Love wasn't something they felt, it was something they chased barefoot over glass. Fear doesn't always look like running. Sometimes it looks like staying perfectly still. Some threats come as whispers, some come with doors closing slowly, some come with a smile. They measured every word before it left their lips. They read the room like a war map. They carry tension in their bones, so long it felt like home. Their body was not theirs in that house. They said no softly, then louder, then not at all. Sometimes it wasn't violence, sometimes it was pleading, sometimes it was being too tired to argue, sometimes it was giving up. Later they would sit in the shower and wonder why their own skin felt foreign. Even their thoughts were asked to kneel, their beliefs were mocked, their dreams dismantled, their voice always a little too loud, a little too wrong. They stopped reading, stopped writing, stopped wondering. They wore silence like a garment that used to be faith, and now it's just survival. But tonight they made space for a new thought, that love shouldn't feel like grief, that survival shouldn't be the price of companionship, that their body was not made to be a battlefield, that they were allowed to want quiet without holding their breath. They closed their eyes and imagined touch without tension, words without wounds, love without fear. They pictured their own voice, steady and unshaken, saying, I will not disappear for you. They didn't know yet what came next, they didn't need to, but something inside them stirred. Not escape, not flight, but return into themselves, to a body that no longer flinches, to a future that breathes, and breath is where everything begins. You were never meant to shrink. You were never made to ache like this. You are not the villain in someone else's storm. You are not the caretaker of their healing. You are more than what was done to you. More than the silence you were taught to keep. More than the shape you bent into, just to be allowed to stay. You are allowed to want peace, to want laughter that doesn't come with apologies, to want love that never makes you feel small. You do not need permission already worthy, already enough. You are a whole soul, learning to remember itself. You don't have to be strong, just breathing is enough. And when the moment comes, because it will, when your voice rises, when your eyes see clearly, when your breath deepens, and when you're ready, not when they say, not when the world pushes, when you are ready. You'll walk, you will not be walking away. You will be walking home, and the world will open to meet you. You are not